are delicious. And while you're going down there, don't forget to put in the Pee-wee fan down Shediac Way. Race of the night is underway, and it's Winnie Burnham on the inside, Johnny Comfort outside. It's the 21 car coming out of that slingshot move on the turn 2. Moving down for turn 3. Let's see what happens as they come around for first lap next round. And Winnie Burnham hanging out the wash. Track's just a bit creepy. And Johnny Comfort battle for the lead. Down the backstretch, Winnie Burnham and number 21, Johnny Comfort. Winnie Burnham went in too low and did turn 3, and everybody's just doing a brake test there, and that'll bring out our yellow flag for the first time. Yellow flag because to come around for the restart. We have one down, going for lap number 2 with 9 to go. Starter Kenny Blaze turns and blows here in the front stretch. On the restart, 21. Now Johnny Comfort and L.C. Beeman battle for position, going down the back stretch. 41. Steve Rogers to make that Pat Rogers moving in there. Very quickly he gets underneath for second spot as they go down the front chute. Johnny Comfort, Pat Rogers, and L.C. Beeman 1 to 3 with Adam Bond rounding off the top 4 as they go for turn 2 and down the back chute. Come around one more time, it's still number 21, Johnny Comfort on the high side in front of 41. Pat Rogers, 78 now, Adam Bond trying to make a move on the inside of 14, L.C. Beeman. He completes that pass going into turn 2. 47, Ken Binnington, and running off the top 6. 99, Paul Jorgensen now. Here they come down the front chute one more time. Pat Rogers now making his move on the outside of Johnny Comfort in a battle for first spot. Side by side coming out of turn 2 as they're coming to the halfway mark. It's 41, Pat Rogers, and 21 LC make that Johnny Comfort in that battle. They get real cozy coming out of turn 4, and 41, Pat Rogers takes over the lead. Pat Rogers all by himself, followed by Johnny Comfort and Adam Bond as those 3 cars breaking away from the rest of the field. Out to Beeman all by himself in 4th, followed by Paul Jorgensen, Bob Fraser, Ken Binnington now in a battle for position with 24, Joel Parsons, and still Winnie Burnham bringing up the rest of the field. To go this time around for number 41, Pat Rogers, as he's opened up some real estate on the rest of the field. Pat Rogers leads them down the backstretch, followed by Johnny Comfort, Adam Bond, L.C. Beeman, Paul Jorgensen, Bob Fraser, Ken Binnington, Joel Parsons, and Winnie Burnham. And it's one lap to go for race leader number 41, Pat Rogers. No trouble at all for number 41, Pat Rogers and that Buick Regal. All right, Hillsborough followed by number 21, Johnny Comfort. Rogers takes the checker flag. In third spot, 78, Adam Bond. And L.C. Beeman, Paul Jorgensen, Ken Binnington, Bobby Fraser, Joel Parsons, and Winnie Burnham. Got a reputation. Here we go. Number 41 with the checkered flag out of Hillsborough, sponsored by Speedy Bumper, Sherman Williams, All Line Enterprises, and Rogers Machine Shop down Hillsborough Way. Looks like number 24's got what you might call a little bit of overheating problem. I call them steamy for short. Our next group of cars on the track right now to start race number 2. First heat for our Dukes division. And it'll be number 5, Stephen Potter from Salisbury. 78, Bob Boucher from Riverview on the front row. In row number 2, number 7 is Jim Levelow. 59 is Eric Brunn. Number 62 is Josh Goslin. 42 is Charlie Lewis. And 75 is Eugene Weigel. Now, You want to get into some Duke racing, see the for sale sign on the 75 car. That represents a 2-car deal. Believe it or not, he has the Aspen and this car, both for sale. $200 takes both of them. How about a nice hand for number 41? Pat Rogers, there he is, the big guy getting out. The fifth earlier today. The car was running harder than Charlie was. It'll be 10 laps, the Duke qualifying heat here. They come out of turn 4 and starter Kenny Brace turns them loose here in the front stretch. And 78, Adam Vaughn make that, wrong division, right number. Bob Boucher trying to check out into another postal zone very quickly as they go 3 wide down the back stretch. 42, Charlie Lewis in the shuffle, comes out in second spot. There's the man he's chasing, number 78, Bob Boucher. And Charlie Lewis, Jim LeBlanc, Josh Goslin getting around number 5, Stephen Potter. This is Stephen's second week of racing that car. Number 59, Eric Brunn, and 75, Eugene Weigel. Bob Boucher checking out. 42, Charlie Lewis doing the chase, along with 62, Josh Goslin, and number 7, Jim LeBlanc. They go down the backstretch one more time. The man they're chasing is number 78, Bob Boucher. Bob Boucher all by himself to turns 1 and 2, followed by 42, Charlie Lewis, 62, Josh Goslin. Starting to reel him in as they come out of turn 2 and down the back chute. Jim LeBlanc riding by himself in 4th. 78, Bob Boucher underneath the starter stand, holding on to that big lead as he puts a lap on 75, Eugene Weigel. Charlie Lewis now with his mirrors full of the 62 car driven by Josh Goslin in that battle for second. At the half as they come around one more time at 78, Bob Boucher with the lead. Still a good battle between 42, Charlie Lewis, 62, Josh Goslin. Jim LeBlanc by himself in 4th, followed by number 5, Stephen Potter. And as they get by 75, Eugene Weigel, that is your field. Here comes your leader, 78, Bob Boucher. Bob Boucher, as he's checked out into another postal zone. Good battle still going on for second spot between Charlie Lewis, 62. Josh Goslin looks to the inside. Lewis keeps that door closed as they go into turn 2. Still riding by himself in 4th spot is number 7, Jim LeBlanc. Coming around with 2 laps to go for number 78, Bob Boucher. It's side by side now for second spot. As they move up on Eugene Weigel, this could get high, wide, and handsome. Charlie Lewis keeps the block on 62, Josh Goslin. As Weigel had no place to go, coming around for the white flag, 1 lap to go. There was 78, Bob Boucher. Still side by side for second spot with less than a lap to go. 62, Josh Goslin, he bounces into turn 1, he comes up against 42, Charlie Lewis, but they're okay. Ran out of real estate going into turn 1, the checker flag is out for 78, Bob Boucher. Winner of that heat, here comes that battle for second, between 42, Charlie Lewis, and 62, Josh Goslin. Then Jim LeBlanc, Stephen Potter, and 75, Eugene Weigel. So 78, Bob Boucher picking up the checker flag there in the Universal Auto Body Quaker State and One Stop Irving sponsored car. His first checker flag of the season. More sportsman action coming at you in this 10-lap qualifying heat. Second one from the sportsman division. On the point will be number 12, Donnie Collette. And the car next week going to be driven by Frank Fraser in the Twin 100 Homestead International. On the outside, number 28, car owned by Jim McPherson, still being driven by Bob DeWolf. Number 8, John Godfrey. Number 30 is Aaron Lewis. Number 7, Wall Walker President, Bob Charters. Number 62 is Paul Lewis. 42 is Steve Rogers. Number 4 is Darrell Nicholson. Number 40, Billy McLean. Number 6, Terry Charters. Number 2, Danny Brown. And 02 is Lloyd Garnett. How about a nice hand for number 78, that Dukes Division, Bob Boucher. From Riverview. Turns them loose here in the front stretch as they all rumble off for turn number 1 and 2. Number 12, Donnie Collette. 28, Bob DeWolf. They go into turns 1 and 2. DeWolf now looks to the inside. Aaron Lewis going up there, and he and the rest of the field, it looks like another tire coming off the number 30 car. This will be the second one in 3 weeks for him, or 2 weeks, as that has been the trend in the last month or so here at Riverglade Speedway, as these guys have been chewing off those tires. As you see Aaron Lewis getting out of his car, he lost that going down the backstretch, and the rest, as they say, is history. It looks like number 7, Bobby Charters, was in the wrong place, and he collected that tire underneath the front section. Bad break for both of them right there in that situation. Up in the crow's nest, Paul Saunier sent down some more highlights to Paul Meunier, and we saw Charters in the highlights there, scored to 6 on ATV the other night. Paul made Bob a star, but I'm sure Bob could have done without it. Donnie Collette and 28, Jim McPherson in the front row on the restart. They're side by side into turn 2 and going down the back chute. Pedal to the metal time, and 28, Bob DeWolf. Number 12, Donnie Collette coming right back up on the inside. It's still a bit greasy in there. And coming around for the lead, it's 28, Bob DeWolf. Number 12, Donnie Collette on the inside, and 62, Paul Lewis rounds off the top 3 as they go down the back chute. Lewis now trying to stick the lumina in there. It's side by side for 4th and 5th between Steve Rogers and number 8, John Godfrey. And Danny Brown moves up in there as that 5 spot very quickly in the front stretch. And it's the leader, number 28, going down the back stretch, Bob DeWolf. 62, Paul Lewis now trying to make a move on the inside of number 12, Donnie Collette, as they come out of turn 4. Down the front stretch is 28, Bob DeWolf out in front. Followed by 62, Paul Lewis, and number 12, Donnie Collette. Moving up in the 4th and trying to hold that spot as they go down the back chute is 42, Steve Rogers, and number 2, Danny Brown, is trying to make the move down under. Here comes your leader, 28, Bob DeWolf. 62, Paul Lewis, trying to make a look to the inside. That door does not open up, and they bomb off down the backstretch. It stays the same. Good battle now for 3rd between Donnie Collette, Steve Rogers, and Danny Brown. They're coming around to the halfway mark this time. And at the half, it's 28, Bob DeWolf. 62, Paul Lewis now looks to the inside in the Lumina. There's a good battle now for first spot. They're side by side down the backstretch. 62, Paul Lewis on the inside. 28, Bob DeWolf on the outside. Side by side out of turn 4, and it's going to be 62, Paul Lewis. 28, Bob DeWolf. Steve Rogers, Danny Brown, Donnie Collette. Terry Charters, Billy McLean, John Godfrey, Bobby Charters, and 02, Lloyd Garnett. Here comes your leader, 62, Paul Lewis. 28, Bob DeWolf. 42, Steve Rogers rounding off the top three, then Danny Brown, Donnie Collette, Terry Charters, Billy McLean. 2 laps to go this time around for race leader number 62, Paul Lewis, as he's opened up a 5-car lead as they come out of turn 2. Followed by Bob DeWolf, Steve Rogers, Danny Brown now trying to make a move on the outside of Rogers as they come up on the slower car of Lloyd Garnett here in the front stretch. White flag out for number 62, Paul Lewis. Down the backstretch at 62, Paul Lewis, 28. Bob DeWolf at 42, Steve Rogers, number 2, Danny Brown. And here he comes for the checkered flag, number 62, Paul Lewis. Followed by Bob DeWolf, Steve Rogers, Danny Brown, Terry Charters, Donnie Collette, Billy McLean, number 8, John Godfrey, 02, Lloyd Garnett, and number 7, Bob Charters. Saturday night, we bring you the Twin 75s for Dukes here at Riverglade Speedway, brought to you by the fine folks at Rublinus and Son Roofing and Siding. And on Sunday night at 6, the Twin 100s for Sportsmen, brought to you by the Homestead Restaurant. Drivers coming in for the Twin 100s. Driving the number 12 car will be Frank Fraser. Driving the number 21 car, the ever popular and always smiling Don Biederman. I didn't write that, somebody else did. Here they come around for the green flag, and they're turned loose here in the front stretch. Very tight coming out of turn 2, and number 9, Brian Quinlan, number 20 is Zorga Land. Sliding out of turn 2 and trying to make a move on the inside of Quinlan. That door did not open, and here they come for the lead. Number 9, Brian Quinlan out in front, then is Zorga Land. And number 68, Ryan Chappell. Number 92 car, Jim Beeman. Running off the top 4, Danny Burke moving on him on the outside. Ryan Quinlan trying to hold on to that lead, and they come out of turn 4. Number 20 is Zorga Land trying to move up on the inside as they go into turns 1 and 2. And at 68, Brian Quinlan in a battle there with Jim Beeman in the 92 car. At 14, Danny Burke on the outside, and that battle for third. Down the front chute, it's still number 9, Brian Quinlan. Number 20 is Zorga Land. While they're battling for position, the rest of the pack is bunching up behind them. Still in third is 68, Brian Chappell. 14, Danny Burke trying to make a move on the outside. Number 92, Jim Beeman in there. Here comes 33, Jim Dunham, running off the top 6. Coming up to the halfway mark, and next time around, it's still number 9, Brian Quinlan out in front. Followed by number 20 is Zorga Land. Number 14, Danny Burke all by himself now in third, and at the half, that's the way it lies. In fourth now comes 33, Jim Dunham, followed by 17, Lee Strite, who's moving up through the rest of the field, is now sitting 5th. The battle for first still goes on between leader number 9, Brian Quinlan. He went a little wide. Zorga Land keeping that car underneath him as he comes flying out of turn 4. Still all by himself in third is number 14, Danny Burke. Brian Quinlan, number 20 is Zorga Land. They come around now, 2 flags flying, that means 2 laps to go. Still all by himself in third is 14, Danny Burke. Then Jim Dunham, Lee Strite, Jim Beeman, Ryan Chappell, Derek Smith, and Dave O'Brinas. Lap and a half to go for the 2 front runners. And still as Zorga Land holds on to that second spot with 1 lap to go behind number 9, Brian Quinlan, your leader. Bumper to bumper action at a turn number 2, and down the back chute is still Brian Quinlan, Zorgaland. They play a little bumper tag going into turn 3. Zorgaland coming up on the inside, sticking that nose in. Who's it going to be at the straight? It's number 20 is Zorgaland. Number 20 is Zorgaland on the outside with Brian Quinlan in second. They raced hard, and the Zorgaland snuck in there for the flag. The Zor there out of Shediac, sponsored by Beaumaison Beverage Room. With the win, he waited to the last lap, and it was exciting. Weeks ago, or maybe 6, made turn 3 almost a permanent home over there when his steering wheel came off. Now they come around for the green flag. And they're turned loose here down the front stretch. 33, Vince McCormick trying to keep the nose out in front. They go down the back stretch. And that 94 Buick Regal. 85, Ken McKenzie moving up on the inside. At the stripe is 33, Vince McCormick, 85, Ken McKenzie, 09 Todd Turner, 25, Ian Mullins, 66, Kenny Crossley moving up through the field on the inside of 13, Roger Sears. Here comes your leader, 33, Vince McCormick. They start to straighten out the train down the back chute. It's Vince McCormick, Ken McKenzie, and Ian Mullins in the top 3. Now comes 66, Kenny Crossley on the inside of Todd Turner, and number 89 in there as well is Jimmy Duke. Out of turn 2, down the back chute, it's 33, Vince McCormick, Ken McKenzie, Ian Mullins. That stays the same. Kenny Crossley by himself now in 4th. And number 89, Jim Duke, rounds off the top 5 as they come out of turn 4. Down the backstretch, it's still the same in the top 3. Vince McCormick, Ken McKenzie, and Ian Mullins as they come around for the halfway mark. And still, Kenny Crossley, Jim Duke, Donnie Pond. Number 55, Dave Mullins up there on the inside of Donnie Pond, dicing for position. Here comes the front 3 cars led by 33, Vince McCormick. 85 is Ken McKenzie now starting to reel him into the front stretch. 25, Ian Mullins on a ringside seat by himself in 3rd. Front 3 cars walked up in a chain, and look at the rest of the field. They play bumper tag here in the front stretch. Down the backstretch, it's still Vince McCormick, Ken McKenzie, and Ian Mullins. They're getting the sign now from starter Kenny Place. There's 2 laps to go here in the front stretch. Still running in 4th is Kenny Crossways in 5th, 89. Jim Duke, Timmy Rogers has now moved up into the top 6. Followed by Donnie Pond, Dave Mullins. Number 5, Mike Arsenault. 09, Todd Turner, Roger Sears, and Danny Duke. 1 lap to go in this front 3 cars, and this ain't over yet. Vince McCormick, Ken McKenzie, and Ian Mullins. They've been locked up since lap number 3, and here they come for the checker flag, and it's 33, Vince McCormick, Ken McKenzie, Ian Mullins. With a spin over there, and turn number 3, collecting 4 cars. Looks like Todd Turner came out on the short end of this one in the 09 car. Mike Arsenault and Donnie Pond over there up against the wall as well. All that action happening behind number 33. Your winner, Vince McCormick, From Riverview, sponsored by the Homestead Restaurant, Murray's Windows, Vance's Auto Body, North End Builders, Ultra Alarm, and Riverview Photo. It's McCormick coming around to pick up the checkered flag. He'll be back in a second. Get a picture taken by Gary Ward of Gary Ward Photography. Todd's okay, but the number 09 tire took a terrific lick there. To be quite honest with you, I didn't see it. When I party, everybody parties. Next Saturday night, you can prove that. Congratulations, Sandy, on your winning of $222. Here they come for our first Duke Semi. They're underway as 78 Bob Boucher jumps out at that green flag. Getting by number 5, Stephen Prater, 16, Star Strike now trying to make a move on the outside of Potter as they come out of turn 2 and down the backstretch. 16, Star Strike moving up into that second spot. Jason, number 78, your leader, Bob Boucher down the front stretch. And 62, Josh Gosling flying up there on the outside, moves into the 3 spot. There's the man they're all chasing, number 78, Bob Boucher, 68, Star Straight. Trying to open up some real estate now in front of 62, Josh Gosling, as they go down the front stretch. Number 5, Stephen Potter, second week out for the number 5 car from Salisbury. Running in 4th, he's in front of Jim LeBlanc, Charlie Lewis, and Eric Brunn. And here comes your leader, number 78, Bob Boucher. Front 3 cars are broken away from the rest of the field as they battle for position. 78 Bob Boucher, 16 Star Strike, reeling him in. And 62 Josh Gosling, really close down in the front stretch. And the battle for 4th goes on behind Jim LeBlanc. Stephen Potter comes off the wall with a little kiss there on the concrete. Charlie Lewis up into the 5 spot in front of 59, Eric Brunn. Coming around to the halfway mark this time, and it's 78, Bob Boucher, Star Straight, and Josh Gosling, each a car length apart as they go off into turns 1 and 2. Then Jim LeBlanc, Charlie Lewis, Eric Brunn, and Stephen Potter. Now, Star Straight makes his move in the backstretch, now on the inside. Here he comes up on the inside of Bob Boucher, and coming out of the third, and 16 Star Straight and 78 Bob Boucher side by side, and is 16 Star Straight moving that fluorescent Impala into first spot. Bob Boucher looks to the inside as they go back into 3 and 4. Star Straight moves down to keep that door closed and holds on to the lead coming down the front chute. 78 now, Bob Boucher and Josh Gosling set up for a battle for second. And it's Jim LeBlanc, Charlie Lewis, Eric Brunn, and number 5, Steve Potter. 2 laps to go for your leader coming out of turn 4, number 16, Star Straight. As he's now moved out in front, Josh Gosling gets around Bob Boucher for second. Boucher back in third. Here comes this battle for 4th between Jim LeBlanc, Charlie Lewis. Still running back in that 7th spot all by himself. Make that 6th is Eric Brunn, and then number 5, Stephen Potter. 1 lap to go for race leader, number 16, Star Straight. Star Straight, no trouble at all for the win in this semi. In front of number 62, Josh Gosling, and 78, Bob Boucher. Battle for fourth still goes on between Jim LeBlanc and Charlie Lewis. Here they come out of turn 4. And at the flag, it's Jim LeBlanc, Charlie Lewis, Eric Brunn, and number 5, Stephen Potter. 16 stars straight. Checkered flag in 2 weeks. Running real strong here last week, but had problems over there and lost his shoe in turn number 2, if you pardon the poetry. There he is, number 16, Star Strike. Going to get out there, get his picture taken, or is he getting out? No, he's not. How about a nice hand for him anyway? Number 16, Star Strike. It's your first 10-lap Sportsman Semi. Here they come out of turn number 4. Looking for the increased noise. That means they're on it. Down the backstretch for the first time. It's Winnie Burnham in Bennington and 14 Elsie Beeman. Paul Jorgensen will keep the 99 car there. Moving up quickly to 22. Al Snellgrove. Winnie Burnham. Followed by number 14, Elsie Beeman, on the outside now, trying to make a move as they go back into turns 3 and 4. 94 brings them out of 4 with the lead. That's Winnie Burnham, followed by Elsie Beeman, Al Snellgrove, Ken Bennington, Donnie Collette, and Bobby Charters in the top 6. Then number 94, Winnie Burnham, Elsie Beeman now on the outside. He went in hard into 3. There the guy out of turn 4 as they make the squeeze. And it's 14, Elsie Beeman moving up. Winnie Burnham, the 94 car, staying right there. Beeman drifts all the way around and holds on to that lead and a slide out of turn 1 into 2. Kept those revs up and he maintained the lead going into 3. Here comes your leader, 14, Elsie Beeman, then Winnie Burnham, Al Snellgrove, Ken Bennington, number 12, Donnie Collette, and number 7, Bobby Charters. Coming to the halfway mark this time around, and open with a 4-car lead is your leader, number 14, Elsie Beeman. He opens it up here in the front stretch, and Winnie Burnham, Al Snellgrove, Donnie Collette, Ken Bennington, Bob Charters, 99, Paul Jorgensen, 29, Bobby Frazier, then John Godfrey, Billy Bear, and number 24, Joel Parsons. There's your leader, number 14, Elsie Beeman. Beeman now trying to check into another postal zone with this lead. He comes out of turn 4 all by himself. The rest of the pack still chasing. Al Snellgrove now moving up into that second spot as they go into turn 1 and 2. He gets by 94, Winnie Burnham, then followed by number 12, Donnie Collette, and number 7, Bobby Charters. Winnie Burnham still in the middle of that group, waiting for second. 2 laps to go. This time around for number 14, Elsie Beeman, Al Snellgrove, Winnie Burnham. Number 7, Bob Charters now trying to make a move on Winnie Burnham as they go into turn number 2. Here comes the leader for the white flag. 1 lap to go. Number 14, that's Elsie Beeman. Followed by 22, Al Snellgrove, and number 7, Bob Charters. 29, Bobby Frazier. 94, Winnie Burnham. 99 car, Paul Jorgensen, Joel Parsons, Ken Bennington, John Godfrey, and Billy Bear. And the winner of the first Sportsman Semi is number 14, Elsie Beeman, followed by Al Snellgrove, Bobby Charters, Bob Frazier, Paul Jorgensen, Winnie Burnham, Joel Parsons, Ken Bennington, John Godfrey, and Billy Bear. Reynolds Neighborhood Recycling, Pat's Transfer, and Mom and Dad. 40, Billy McLean. You Chrysler fans, 2 Mopars up front. This is your second Sportsman Semi. Yellow light is out as you study the Budweiser sign. The worst things to do. Here they come in at turn 4, and starter Kenny Brace turns them loose here at the stripe. Boy, they stay bunched up now, don't they, as they go down on a turn number 2 for the first time. It's number 40, Billy McLean, jumping out in front. Followed by Darrell Nicholson and number 2, Danny Brown. Gary Charters, Roger Sears, and Donnie Pond rounds off the bottom 6 as they go down the front stretch. The 40 car, Billy McLean, tries to open up some more real estate as they come out of turn 2. Danny Brown on the outside trying for that slingshot move on the outside of Darrell Nicholson. Here they come out of turn 4 again. They don't give you much time to blink. And it's 40, Billy McLean, number 2, Danny Brown, number 4, Darrell Nicholson. Number 6, Terry Charters trying to move in there on the outside of Nicholson for that battle for third. Moving up quickly is number 87, Donnie Pond. And here comes 13, Roger Sears. They're all in, coming out of turn 4. Number 40, Billy McLean with that 5-car lead over number 2, Danny Brown down the backstretch. Then number 4, Darrell Nicholson, 13 now, Roger Sears up in the 4th, coming with him is 87. Johnny Pond as they've got number 6, Terry Charters, kind of trapped out on the outside. Number 40, Billy McLean, now starting moving up a little bit more real estate as they're coming to the halfway mark this time around. And at the half, it's going to be number 40, Billy McLean, number 2, Danny Brown, number 4, Darrell Nicholson, 13, Roger Sears, 87, Donnie Pond, 19, Timmy Rogers, 6, Terry Charters, 55, Dave Mullins, 50, Danny Duke, number 89, Jim Duke, and 02, Lloyd Garnett. Number 40, Billy McLean, now with a half a front stretch lead over Danny Brown. Here comes your leader on at turn 4. Number 40, Billy McLean. Number 2 is Danny Brown, and 4 is Darrell Nicholson. He's got his mirror full of Roger Sears, and Roger's got his mirror full of Donnie Pond. There comes Timmy Rogers, number 55, Dave Mullins. In the shuffle comes number 6, Terry Charters, number 50, Danny Duke. Less than 2 laps to go. Down the backstretch goes the leader of the pack, number 40, Billy McLean. He leads the train down there, followed by number 2, Danny Brown, and number 4, Darrell Nicholson. In there as well, on the inside of Nicholson comes 13, Roger Sears. 1 lap to go for number 40, Billy McLean. McLean now getting by Lloyd Garnett on the outside as they battle for turn 3. Look at this battle for third spot, and the winner's going to be number 40, Billy McLean, followed by number 2, Danny Brown, and number 4, Darrell Nicholson. 13, Roger Sears, and then I think it was number 19, Timmy Rogers. A close one there for those positions, but Nicholson just edged out Sears by a bumper here at the stripe. And number 40, Billy McLean, picking up the checker flag, driving that car owned by Sam Harbour. Stephen, you better not holler at number 9, Brian. Rumor has it he's still feeling the effects of a birthday party, his own. Coming to turn 4 of this Duke Semi, and they're turned loose here in the front stretch. And the 2 Bryans, the leader, as they go into laps 1 and 2. It's Brian Quinlan on the outside, Brian Chappell on the outside, and as Zorgalant moves up there very quickly on the inside to take over that second spot. Here they come out of turn 4. And down the front stretch is still number 9, Brian Quinlan, number 20 is Zorgalant. These guys put on a good show in their heat. Let's see what they can do here in their semi. Brian Chappell holding on to that third spot as they go down the backstretch, chasing. Number 9, Brian Quinlan, and number 20 is Orgalan. Again, here they come out of turn 4. Brian Quinlan is Orgalan. Brian Chappell 1 to 3, followed by 92 Jim Beeman and number 14 Danny Burke and 28 Dave O'Blinas. Running off the top 6 as they come out of turn 4 one more time. Brian Quinlan and his Orgalan a bumper apart as they go back into turns 3 and 4. Quinlan trying to hold on to that lead from the number 20 is Orgalan. They go down the front stretch. Brian Chappell now and 14 Danny Burke. 92 Jim Beeman battling for that third spot as they go out of turn 2 down the back chute one more time. Coming to the halfway mark this time around, and it stays the same out front as number 9 Brian Quinlan gained a little bit of real estate there as the Orgalan come out of turn 4 just a little sideways. They're still lined up behind number 68 Brian Chappell. That's Jim Beeman and 14 Danny Burke battling with Chappell for third. Quinlan, Orgalan 1 and 2, and then we have Brian Chappell, 92 Jim Beeman, and 14 Danny Burke. Number 28 is Dave O'Blinas, 33 is Jim Dunham, 17 Lee Stratton, 00 Derek Smith. Here they come around one more time, and it's still the same. Number 9 Brian Quinlan with a half a car lead over number 20 is Orgalan. Brian Chappell in the 68 car still holds on to third. Jim Beeman right up there playing bumper tag with him as they come down the backstretch. Here they come around for the double flags. 2 laps to go for number 9, Brian Quinlan and his Orgalan. Are they going to have that same finish as we had before? Who knows? There's a lap and a half to go for them to sort it out. But look at this battle for third behind Brian Chappell, Jim Beeman, Danny Burke, 33 Jim Dunham, and number 17 Lee Strike. That's 5 cars in the battle for third. Here's your battle for first place. Number 9 Brian Quinlan and number 20 is Orgalan. Half a lap to go here in this Duke Semi, and I'm not calling a winner until I see the stripe because we had an exciting finish the last time. But this time it's going to be number 9 Brian Quinlan and then number 20 is Orgalan, followed by 68 Brian Chappell, 14 Danny Burke, 92 Jim Beeman, then Jim Dunham, Lee Strite, Dave O'Blinas, and Derek Smith. Number 9 Brian Quinlan there for the win. Listen for it. The Reds will be coming up as they come out of turn 4, drifting for the gears, and the green flag turns the blues there in this 10-lap Sportsman Concy. Johnny Comfort at 41 is Pat Rogers. 21 car, Johnny Comfort on the inside. He keeps that line going down the front stretch for the lead. Followed by Pat Rogers, Bob DeWolf, and Adam Pond at 42. Steve Rogers trying to make a move on the outside. As we see the for sale signs on that car as well. Car, Johnny Comfort, 41, Pat Rogers, still side by side in that battle for first. 28. Bob DeWolf holding on to that third spot in front of the 42 car of Steve Rogers. And at the stripe, it's number 41, Pat Rogers. Johnny Comfort coming right back up on the inside, but I think Rogers got the momentum out of 2 as they battle for that lead, going down the backstretch. And Johnny Comfort comes right back up on the inside. Here they come out of turn 4, and it's Pat Rogers with the pedal to the metal, takes over that lead. Now he tries to move down and hold the line coming out of 2, and he's got a clean lead. Followed by number 21, Johnny Comfort. 28 is Bob DeWolf. They're coming to the halfway mark this time around. Rogers now up there on the inside of number 28, Bob DeWolf. Coming with him is 85, Ken McKenzie, as they play a little bumper take coming out of turn 2. Bob DeWolf moved up on the outside. It's a good battle for third down. 28, Bob DeWolf, 42, Steve Rogers, 85, Ken McKenzie rounds off the top 5. They're chasing the 41 car of Pat Rogers as they go a little cozier out of the inside of turn number 2. 41, Pat Rogers, 21, Johnny Comfort, 28, Bob DeWolf, then 42. Steve Rogers, 66, Kenny Crossway, 85, Ken McKenzie, 25, Ian Mullins. Round off the top 6 as they go down the backstretch. As they come out of turn 4 with 2 laps to go. They're chasing still, 41, Pat Rogers, and 21, Johnny Comfort, and 28, Bob DeWolf. Followed by Steve Rogers, Ken McKenzie, Kenny Crossway, Ken McKenzie, Ian Mullins, Paul Lewis, Adam Bond, and 33, Vince McCormick. 1 lap to go for number 41, Pat Rogers. Pat Rogers all by himself, followed by Johnny Comfort. Now a battle for third between number 42, Steve Rogers, and 28, Bob DeWolf. It's going to be Pat Rogers at the stripe, followed by Johnny Comfort and 42 car of Steve Rogers, who waited and just got by number 28, Bob DeWolf. Two cars going to be moving in from our last chance race into the feature. And in this one we'll have, we'll just do that lineup in just a second, as number 41, as Patty Rogers comes around. New and used cars, last champion race for Sportsman. Dr. Kenny Brace turns him loose here in the front stretch. Joe Parsons looking like he's running a little hotter than he'd want to. 99 in the backstretch, that's Paul Jorgensen trying to move into turns 3 and 4 with the lead, followed by number 6, Jerry Carter, and 19, Timmy Rogers. As they get by 94, Winnie Burnham coming out of turn 4. Down the front stretch. Here goes 29, Bobby Fraser, doing a little agricultural racing through the infield, but he's okay. Knocking off several feet, but still able to hold the car underneath him. As number 09, Todd Turner, was slipping out of there, but unable to proceed. Time. 55, Dave Mullins, and 87, Donnie Pond going to the pits. We saw some black lingerie being waved at somebody there. And here they come around for the lead. It's 19, Jimmy Rogers. Number 6, Jerry Charters, 99, Paul Jorgensen. Then 94, Winnie Burnham. 24, Joel Parsons. They're coming to the halfway mark this time around, and the man on the front is number 19, Timmy Rogers, followed by Terry Charters, Paul Jorgensen, Bobby Fraser, Woody Burnham, and Joe Parsons. Down the backstretch led by number 19, Tim Rogers, followed by Terry Charters, Paul Jorgensen, Bob Fraser, 94, Winnie Burnham, and 24, Joel Parsons. for number 19, Jimmy Rogers, your leader. White flag out this time for number 19, Jimmy Rogers, and number 6, Terry Charters. Followed by Paul Jorgensen, Bob Fraser, Winnie Burnham, 24, Joel Parsons, and 09, Todd Turner, and the checker flag is out for the winner of the Chapman's New and Used Cars Last Chance Race, number 19, Jimmy Rogers, followed by number 6, Terry Charters, and Paul Jorgensen, Bob Dewalt, Winnie Burnham, and number 24, Joel Parsons. And back in the caboose on that one, number 09, Todd Turner. Signs, Layton's Auto Body, Miramont Exhaust, Gary Ward Photography, here at Tell, Top Tower Packaging, and Pennzoil. Is Timmy going to peel out of there? How about a nice hand from folks number 19, your points leader going into tonight's action, trying for the 4-feet, Timmy Rogers. And that for sale sign in the windshield is for real. We get ready now to bring you Sponsor by Chevrolet are sponsoring tonight our Duke's feature.
No, he's not dead yet.
Oh, he's not? Rumor has it it's not Ernie McLean. Yeah, definitely not. Can we have Dave Steves to the tower, please? Dave Steves to the tower, please. No, you're not in the doghouse, Dave. Yet. Feature. Don't forget next week's shows. The dance is on Friday night. Twin 75s brought to you by Linus and Son Roofing and Siding for Dukes. That's on Saturday night at 6 o'clock. And the Twin 100 Sportsman International brought to you by the Homestead Restaurant. We'll be here next Sunday night. All the action starting both nights at 6 o'clock. One more lap around behind the 94 Camaro, nicely appointed. 78 Bob Boucher, number 7 Jim LeBlanc, 16 Star Stripe, 59 Eric Brun, number 62 is Josh Gosselin, 42 is Charlie Lewis, number 9 Brian Quinlan. On the outside of him, number 68, Brian Chappell, then Azor Gallant in the 20 car. 92 is Jim Beeman, 28, Dave O'Blinas, 14 is Danny Burke. The 00 cars, Derek Smith, 33 car, Jim Dunham. And back in the caboose, number 17 is Lee Stripe. We have Dave Steves to the tower, please. Dave Steves. And the green flag says, let's go racing. They rumble off into turn 1 and 2. Still packed up pretty tight. Going down the back straight at 78. Bob Boucher moving out into the early lead. Followed by 16. Star Strike getting through on the inside of number 7, Jim LeBlanc. 78. Bob Boucher, 16. Star Strike. 7. Jim LeBlanc, 62. And there goes number 20, Azor Gallant. Flying through on the inside as he did a little agricultural racing there. Seems to be trying to keep that car underneath him as they go down into turns 3 and 4. Here comes that battle for first spot on the inside. 16. Star Straight takes over the early lead. Going back into turn 1 is 16 Star Straight, 78 Bob Boucher, and 68 Josh Gosselin in the Impala trying to make him the move. The man they're chasing is number 16 Star Straight. Here he comes out of number 4 turn with the lead. Battle behind him is 62 Josh Gosselin and number 9 Brian Quinlan. Moving up into that third spot in front of 78, Bob Boucher. Number 20 is Orgalant, holds it on to the fifth spot as they come out of turn 2. 16, Stars Straight. Down the front stretch, holds on to that lead. 62, Josh Gosling, and number 9, Brian Quinlan now in the battle for second. Zorgalan and Bob Boucher. Zorgalan hanging at the wash going into 2, but he's making a move for that 4th spot as they go back into turn 3. Out of turn 4 comes your leader, number 16, Stars Straight. Down the backstretch they go. One more time. It's still 16, Stars Straight, 62, Josh Gosling, and number 9, Brian Quinlan. Trying to reel them in as number 20 is Orgalant. Right behind him in the 5 spot comes 78. That's Bob Boucher. Down the backstretch in that 4-door Impala comes 16, Stars Straight, 62, Josh Gosling, and number 9, Brian Quinlan. Really bunched up here in the front stretch. Number 20 is Orgalant is still reeling them in as they go through turns 1 and 2. Front 4 cars now trying to break away from the rest of the field. 16, Stars Straight, 62, Josh Gosling, and number 9, Brian Quinlan, as they come out of turn 4. At the half, it's still that front 3, followed by number 20 is Zorgalant, 78, Bob Boucher, Brian Chappell, Jim Beeman, 28, Dave O'Brien, 17, is Lee Straight, 14, Danny Burke, number 7, Jim LeBlanc, 33, Jim Dunham, 00, Jerry Smith, 42, Charlie Lewis, back on the caboose, number 59, Eric Brunt. Again, your front 4 cars as they go down the backstretch. Your leader is 16, Stars Straight, Josh Gosling, and number 9, Brian Quinlan. Now number 20 is Zorgalant is in that hunt for that first place. There are your front 4 cars as they go back into turn 1. The man is still chasing number 16, Stars Straight. He's got a 1.5 car lead over 62, Josh Gosling. Not much real estate there as 78, Bob Boucher. Rear blade is ridged out, and you can see it. The whole rear assembly looks like axle, brake drum, and a whole lot of grease over there in turn number 2. Definitely need the hook there from Taylor's Auto Body to pick up the number 78 car. Bad brake there for Bob Boucher. He's running in the top 5 when his rear end broke. I mean on his car. Nothing cheap and physical here. Tires rammed up against what used to be the trunk. So when they lift it up, it should be interesting to see what falls out. And down 5 to go. Good time to stand up for your 7th inning stretch. Make it the 6th. It's early. These guys racing hard for the fine folks at Lounsbury Chevanos. And right now they're very happy. We have the front 4 positions, all Chevrolets. Yep. No problem for Dave and Don. They nod their heads on that. I can live with that. So far has been number 20 is Orgalant, who's caught up to them now, obviously, on the restart. And on the restart, the man out in front will be 16, Stars Straight on the outside of him. 62 is Josh Gosling. Number 9 is Brian Quinlan. Number 20 is Orgalant in 4th. And 5th on the restart would be 92, Jim Beeman. 68, Brian Chappell. 28, Dave O'Brien. 17 is Lee Straight. 14, Danny Burke. 33 car, Jim Dunham. 00 is Derek Smith. Number 7, Jim LeBlanc. 42, Charlie Lewis. And back in the caboose will be number 59, Eric Brunt. 5 laps to go on the restart. They're still under yellow. Still a little bit of grooming to go over there now in the backstretch, just picking up spare parts. Any money you find belongs to me. Yeah, right. I'd have to fight Ernie for that, wouldn't I? Lost a whole bunch of parts, but he's back and flying again here tonight at Riverglade Speedway. Here they come out of turn 4. Yellow light is out. And they're turned loose here for the final 5 laps of the Lounsbury Chevrolet feature. And it's Josh Gosling trying to move that blue Impala out in front of 16. Lee Straight as they go, make a start straight. Number 20 is Zorgaland making a move on the hillside up there very quickly. He's hooked up. 62, Josh Gosling goes a little wide. And number 20 is Zorgaland trying for that lead as they go back into turns 1 and 2. That shows you what happens when those tires cool off. Some cars get shuffled around on a restart. And if now number 20 is Zorgaland on the inside of Josh Gosling, here they come out of turn 4 for the lead. It's going to be number 20 is Zorgaland, 62 Josh Gosling. Back in third spot comes number 16, Lee Straight, and number 9 is Brian Quinlan as they go down the backstretch one more time. 2 flags are out, that's 2 laps to go. This time around for the man who's really hooked up. Number 20 is Zorgaland on that restart. He jumped into that lead. He hasn't looked back. Less than a lap and a half to go. And look at the melee back there for third, fourth, and fifth. As they come out of turn 2 and down the backstretch, here they come around for the white flag. It's number 20, Zorgaland. 62, Josh Gosling. 16, Star Stripe, Brian Quinlan, Brian Chappell running off the top 5. Opening up a good lead with lots of space between him and second. Here he comes for the win. It's going to be number 20, Zorgaland, followed by 62, Josh Gosling, and 16, Star Stripe, and then number 9, Brian Quinlan running off the top 4. That restart did in number 16, Star Stripe, and the number 20 car of Zorgaland. Pontiac Le Mans from Chediac. Make that Malibu. That's right, he rebuilt that car into a Malibu. Is that Ernie driving that? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. No, Ernie, you can't take the shortcut across the infield. There's our winner of tonight's Duke's feature. As he gets ready to peel out of there. Coming out for his new bonnet. How about a nice hand for our winner tonight in the Duke's feature, number 20, Zorgaland. Excellent 15-lap little feature. And Ernie's out playing with that 1994. You never know. He may be buying it for Winona. And in your other dreams. Ernie's probably saying, you know, with the right roll bar in this. Don Keddy's, or I should say Don Perry's up here saying, oh goody, they went to the pit. Okay, here we go with our Lounsbury Chevrolet Sportsman 15-lap little feature. And it's time to go racing. Down the backstretch to go for the first time. Door-to-door action between Winnie Burnham and 47, Ken Pennington. Here they come out of turn 4 for the first time. And it's Winnie Burnham moving out in front. Paul Jorgensen on the inside now in a battle with Ken Pennington for second spot. Back very tightly bunched up. Back into turns 3 and 4 they come. Still Winnie Burnham, Ken Pennington, and 99 Paul Jorgensen. Remember, only one car out of this group. The winner makes it into our 30-lap main feature, still to come. They stay bunched up down the backstretch. The car they're still chasing, the number 94 car, Winnie Burnham. Now Paul Jorgensen breaks away up into second spot. Coming with him, number 8, John Guthrie, and 47, Ken Pennington. Mike Arsenault in there in the 5 car, along with number 29, Bobby Fraser, rounds off the top 6 as they stretch it out going down the backstretch. Not much real estate between these cars yet. As Winnie Burnham loses it here in the front stretch, and whoa! have ourselves a pileup as Winnie Burnham broke loose coming out of turn 4, never got the car back underneath her, and collected number 5, Mike Arsenault. I think that's number 29, Bobby Fraser, in there as well. All the drivers are into their cars, and whoa, that was a close one. Now he's out of the car. This will be the second lick this car has taken in the last couple of weeks. Last week he lost the back end, and that stone concrete wall, I should say, has just reached out and grabbed him here in turn number 1. Squeezed in there somewhere, I think it's number 29, Bobby Fraser, as well. Winnie Burnham taking a hard lick there in the front left part of that car. A man who's got a week's work ahead of him to get ready for next Sunday. There's 4 down. We've got 11 more to go in our Lounsbury Chevalets little feature. Remember, the winner of this becomes the car starting in the caboose of our 30-lap Lounsbury Chevalets feature still to come. Hello. We see that probably Kenny Brace will give him a couple more laps, at least one, to move around that dry down there in turn number 1. 99, Paul Jorgensen, number 8, John Godfrey, 47, Ken Bennington, 87 is Donnie Pond, 55, Dave Mullins, 09, Todd Turner, 89 is Jim Duke, number 50, Danny Duke, 30 is Aaron Lewis, number 93, Billy Bear, and number 94 is back in it, Winnie Burnham. She's fenderless on the left side there, or part of it. Four in the books, 11 to go here in our Lounsbury Chevalets little feature. The winner of this race is the last qualifier in the 30-lap main event to follow immediately. Down the backstretch, it's number 99, Paul Jorgensen, number 8, John Godfrey, is Johnny Pond, and Todd Turner get hooked up over there. And looks like number 87, Johnny Pond, is slipping his way back through the infield. Is up front, we bring you number 99, Paul Jorgensen, and number 8, John Godfrey, in a battle for first place. And 55, Dave Mullins up there in his freshly repaired 55 racer is moving through there as they come out of turn number 4. John Godfrey up against that wall. And it's 99, Paul Jorgensen, now 55, Dave Mullins. The man on a mission. He missed a few weeks racing as he moves down to the lower skirt of turn 4. Bringing with him comes number 89, Jim Duke, and now is the front stretch is 55. Dave Mullins on the inside, 99, Paul Jorgensen on the outside, and Mullins takes over the lead coming out of turn 2. It's Dave Mullins, who at the beginning of the season was the early points leader until that severe crash he had in turn 3. And now he's back out in front. Followed by number 89, Jim Duke, and 99, Paul Jorgensen. Number 8, John Godfrey now back and forth. We're coming to the halfway mark of this time around. And at the half, making a miss it. Paying too much attention and not enough in the front stretch here. That was Dave Mullins at the half. Followed by 89, Jim Duke, and 99, Paul Jorgensen. The train starts to stretch out now. We move around now to come and put number 94, Winnie Burnham, another lap down. Dave Mullins all by himself now in the front, followed by 89. Jim Duke and 99, Paul Jorgensen, 09, Todd Turner on the inside now with Jorgensen as they race for that third position. Remember, only one car in this group makes it into the main event, and so far that looks like it'll be no trouble at all for number 55, Dave Mullins. He goes down the backstretch now with a big lead over 89, Jim Duke. Still rides Todd Turner, and 99, Paul Jorgensen battle for third and fourth. Then comes Danny Duke, number 8, John Godfrey, 47 is Ken Bennington, then Aaron Lewis, and Philly Bear. To go this time around. For number 55, Dave Mullins, and 89 Jim Duke. 09 Todd Turner, Paul Jorgensen, Danny Duke. Number 8, John Godfrey, 47, Ken Bennington, 30, Aaron Lewis, and number 93, Philly Bear. White flag is out for number 55, Dave Mullins. Here in our Lounsbury Chevrolet little feature, followed by Jim Duke and number 09, Todd Turner. Half a lap to go for number 55, Dave Mullins. And that green Malibu looks like he has no trouble at all. Picking up the final qualifying spot in the feature. And the flag flies for 55, Dave Mullins and Jim Duke. Todd Turner, Paul Jorgensen, Danny Duke, John Godfrey, Ken Bennington, Aaron Lewis, and Philly Bear. Dave Mullins in that 55 car. He's going right pit side now to get gassed up, pardon the expression. He'll have to get fueled up very quickly as we're bringing out the field for our 30-lap Lounsbury Chevrolet 30-lap main feature. Right now, we'd like to introduce to you our Pee Wee fan winner of the night, Mr. Brandon McLeod. Brandon, where are you? This little 8-year-old's favorite driver is number 85, Ken McKenzie. Brandon McLeod, would you like to go down to the starter's gate, please? Gary, right behind you. Stephen, that's our Pee Wee fan winner going out there. Give him a slap, Brandon. Put him in his place. No problem. Brandon, we apologize. We're trophyless tonight for you, big guy, but we'll have it for you next week. Don't worry. That's right, Brandon. We'll have your trophy for you next week. You get your drive this week. Get your picture taken by Gary Ward. Get your lap with Ken McKenzie, and your ballot stays in the box. So you're still eligible to win the bike. Coming up, sponsored by Eastern Sports Limited here tonight to show us. And we appreciate them being here sponsoring tonight's feature races and our 30th anniversary year here at Riverglade Speedway. Hey, nice coat, Gary. Matches the hat, real nice. I didn't know they made them in white oval. Still under the yellow flag as they light up behind the 1994 Camaro from Lounsbury Chevrolet. Johnny Comfort, Elsie Beeman. Danny Brown. 33, Vince McCormick. 85, Ken McKenzie. 13, Roger Sears. Then 25, Ian Mullins. 66, Kenny Crossway. Number 6, Terry Charters. 19, Timmy Rogers. And the winner of the little feature 55, Dave Mullins. And it's time to go racing. Gets a little tight down the backstretch, but here they come out of turn 3 and out of 4. And with the early lead is number 21, Johnny Comfort. Into turns 1 and 2 with Johnny Comfort and Elsie Beeman, and number 41, that is Pat Rogers. Moving up on the inside comes number 22, Al Selgrove, to move into that 4th spot. Here's the man they're chasing, number 21, Johnny Comfort, as they go down the backstretch again. Elsie Beeman and number 41, Pat Rogers, make up the top 3, followed by Al Snellgrove, Bob Charters, and 78 Adam Pond, and making a move on the inside comes the 28 car of Bob DeWolf. Down the backstretch, the train gets a little longer, and out in front of that is number 21, Johnny Comfort, followed by Elsie Beeman, Pat Rogers, Al Snellgrove, and Bob Charters. The front 5 cars trying to break away from the rest of the field. 21, Johnny Comfort. Comfort now with a 5-car lead over 41 Pat Rogers as they come out of turn 4. He stretches it out just a little bit going back into turn 1. L.C. Beeman in the shuffle now back to third, followed by Al Snowgrove. Number 7, Bob Charters, and 62, Paul Lewis has moved into the top 6 cars, followed by number 4, Darrell Nicholson. Johnny Comfort with 41, Pat Rogers trying to reel him in coming out of turn 4. Then L.C. Beeman, 22 is Al Snowgrove, number 7, Bob Charters, 62, Paul Lewis. Your top 6 in the front chute. There's some heavy-duty dicing going on behind Paul Lewis as number 4, Nicholson, slowed down coming out of turn 2. It looks like he may have lost a tire as the rest of the field now pounces on him as they come out of turn 4. Front 2 cars trying to break away from the rest of the field. Your leader is 21, Johnny Comfort, and 41 is Pat Rogers. They line up now from third back. 14, L.C. Beeman, 22, Al Snowgrove, and number 7, that's Bobby Charters. That's your top 5, and then comes Paul Lewis, Danny Brown, and Ken McKenzie has moved up in there in the top 8. Now here comes the battle for first place. It's 41 Rogers on the inside. And at the stripe with their leader, 41 Pat Rogers takes over from 21 Johnny Comfort. Still holding on to that third spot is 14 L.C. Beeman in front of 22 Al Snowgrove. Now it's Paul Lewis making a move on the outside of number 7, Bob Charters. Here they come out of turn 4 down the front chute. It's 41 Pat Rogers. 14 L.C. Beeman now moves up into second spot. Coming with him is the 22 car of Al Snowgrove. That's Pat Rogers out in front. 14 L.C. Beeman, 22 Al Snowgrove. Number 7 car is Bob Charters now up into 4th, followed by 85 Ken McKenzie and number 2 Danny Brown. Here comes the leader at a turn 4 one more time. It's still 41 Bob Rogers. 14, L.C. Beeman, and 22, Al Snowgrove, followed by Bob Charters, Ken McKenzie, Danny Brown, and Paul Lewis. Pat Rogers in a world all his own right now, but the next 6 cars are in a battle for position. Number 41, Pat Rogers here down the front chute. In second spot stays 14, L.C. Beeman. In third, Al Snowgrove in the 22 car. Number 7, Bob Charters, 85, Ken McKenzie. Number 2, Danny Brown, is 62, Paul Lewis. That train stays the same except for the lineup behind them. Moving up into the top 8 comes number 42, Steve Rogers, 33, Vince McCormick behind him, and then 78, Adam Pond, 25, Ian Mullins. Pat Rogers continues to lead with that one-turn lead down the backstretch. L.C. Beeman and 22, Al Snowgrove in the battle for second. In there with a ringside seat still running in 4th, but comes number 7. That is Bob Charters. Not much real estate from second to 8 in this long train down the backstretch. himself with the lead going into turn 3, 41, Pat Rogers. 14, L.C. Beeman holds on to that second spot. Then Al Snuggle, Bob Charter, Ken McKenzie, Danny Brown, Paul Lewis, and Steve Rogers. Everybody waiting to see who gets out of line first. As there's not much real estate out there behind 14 back to 25, and that's your top 10 cars as they chase the 41, the leader, Pat Rogers. Rogers here in the front chute, all by himself with the lead, followed by 14, L.C. Demon. 22, Al Snuggo. Number 7, Bob Charter. Ken McKenzie now with his hands full of Danny Brown on the outside. And while that action is happening, Paul Lewis is trying to make a move up there on the inside of Danny Brown, followed by 42, Steve Rogers. And then the 33 car, Vince McCormick, then Ian Mullins at 25. 19 is Timmy Rogers. 66, Kenny Crossway. 13, Roger Sears. And 55, Dave Mullins. Then Billy McLean, Adam Pond, Jerry Charters, Bob DeWolf, and 21, Johnny Comfort. 5 laps to go this time around as Stephen Paypaw gives him the sign. 5 laps to go. No trouble at all for number 41, Pat Rogers. Followed by 14, L.C. Beeman, and Al Snuggrove, Bob Charters. Now as they start to go too wide. As these guys have been waiting for somebody to break out of the train, and it looks like it's going to be number 2, Danny Brown, trying to make a move now on the outside. Here's your leader, 41, Pat Rogers. 14 is L.C. Beeman. 22, Al Snuggrove. To go this time around as we see those flags are flying for number 41, Pat Rogers. L.C. Beeman doing everything he can to hold on to that second spot in front of Al Snuggrove. And then it's Danny Brown, Bob Charters, Ken McKenzie, and Paul Lewis. White flag should be out this side for number 41, Pat Rogers. 14, L.C. Beeman, Al Snuggrove. And the man that's moving is number 2, Danny Brown, as he's sucked into that 4th spot now behind Al Snuggrove. In the final 2 turns, and the checker flag is out for number 41, Pat Rogers. In second spot will be 14, L.C. Beeman, and hanging on for third is 22, Al Snuggrove. Followed by Danny Brown, Bob Charters, and Ken McKenzie. Well, we'd like to thank the fine folks from Lounsbury Chevrolet for being out here tonight. Looks like number 19, Timmy Rogers, is the finale there. Skirted the wall. Oh, there's nothing okay. Timmy's trying to sell that car, and he doesn't need any dents in it to do it. But here's your winner, number 41, Pat Rogers from Hillsboro, sponsored by Speedy Muffler, Sherwin-Williams Paints, Online Enterprises, and Rogers Machine Shop. In second spot, number 14, L.C. Beeman, and bringing home the bacon in third spot will be number 22, Al Snuggrove. As we thank Mr. Don Perry and Dave Steves tonight, they're going to go out and present the hardware to number 41, the winner of our sportsman feature, Pat Rogers. Don't forget, we have the party for you next Friday night at the Riverview Kinsman Club. Hope you'll be there for that potluck supper and